Hi, I'm Dr. Gonzales from Balance Physical Therapy, strength and conditioning specialist, and today we're going to talk through the deadlift exercise. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to approach the bar. I want the bar to start off about at my midfoot, so I'm not too far away. I'm right on top of the bar like so. My feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. My knees are going to be stacked right above my feet, okay? So the next thing that I want to do is I actually want to take my hips and I want to bring them backwards. So I want to bring them back like this as far as I can, and then from there I'm going to reach down and grab the bar. So I'm leaning backwards. I've now reached the bar. You notice my hands are just outside of my knees, okay? So I'm here, and then with my shoulders, I really want to engage these lat muscles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about taking my shoulder blades and bringing them back towards my hip pockets. So I'm here, I grab the bar, I'm pulling back, and now the important thing, just stand up. Coming up like that, and then slowly sitting back down, and just gently touching the bar to the ground. And now let's take a look at what the hip hinge motion would look like. So a key component of the deadlift exercise is the hip hinge. So this is what differentiates the squat from the deadlift. So we want to hinge at the hips using our hip muscles more so than our quadriceps. So I like to use a dowel or a PVC pipe or even a bat would work. What we're trying to focus here is to give an external cue to maintain a good stiff back. So you're going to place this dowel so that it starts down at your bottom, it stays all the way along your spine and to your head as well. And all you're going to do is try to keep those points of contact on the dowel as you hinge forward, just like you're a teapot. And now let's take a look at some common faults that we typically see with the deadlift exercise. 3 of the most common mistakes that we see with deadlifting include rounding in the back, yanking on the bar, and the hips rising before they should. So let's start with one at a time. So the first one that we see is rounding of the back. So you can come around this side. So we see the first motion occurring with that rounding motion there, which means that I'm not using this hip musculature to drive forward. So if I take this position and turn it into that, I'm using my legs more than my back, which is what we should be doing. The next common mistake that we see is a yanking with the upper body. So what we need to do is before we pull, we need to put pre-tension on the bar. So that just means engaging our lats. Think about lifting the bar before you take it off the ground. So I'm here, instead of that, I'm in this position, and I'm pulling up. That way all I have to think about is just stand up. Last one that we're going to take a look at is our hips driving up too soon and the hips and knees aren't in unison. So it commonly will look like this. So that's in 2 pieces, and we want the deadlift should be a 1 compound motion. So instead of hips driving up first, think about standing. So my hips are driving forward as my knees are extending at the same time. All right, so if you found any of this information useful, please check us out on our Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube pages at Balance PT. Thank you.